Hey guys, welcome to another session. Hopefully you can see me okay. I don't know if you saw in the last video, but I said my phone screen kind of smashed a little bit because it was too windy and it fell over. Hopefully today it won't fall over. It is windy, but it's not as windy. Okay, so for the video you need a tennis ball or something you can throw and catch. So that could be a pair of socks or a t-shirt that you can kind of tie into a knot. Anything you can throw and catch. Okay, preferably some sort of ball. Okay, so if it's a tennis ball, something that can bounce a little bit and you can catch it, a bouncy ball, or anything that's kind of smaller that you can catch. Okay, or even a football or something like that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, again, we're going to try and work on our hand-eye coordination while dribbling. Okay, so to help us do that, okay, remembering I'm in a good basketball stance and I'm using my fingertips to dribble that basketball. Okay, I'm going to throw my tennis ball up, I'm going to let it bounce, and then I'm going to catch it. Okay, preferably just off one bounce. Okay, so I'm going to continually dribble that with my right hand, throw it up, I let it bounce, and then I catch it. Okay, I throw it up, I let it bounce. Okay, making sure that I'm still dribbling my basketball when I'm doing this. Okay, if you've just got a t-shirt or something, a pair of socks, obviously they won't bounce. Okay, so just try and throw it up and catch it for now. Okay, with a tennis ball or a ball that's smaller, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, so we're going to start by letting it bounce. Okay, so we're going to do that until we get 10 catches. Okay, starting on my right hand, remembering this good basketball stance we talk about, my chest is up, that makes my eyes go up. Okay, and I always use my fingertips, to control that basketball and to dribble it. Okay, let's give that a try. We try and go till we get 10 catches. Okay, constantly dribbling. Alright, really push that basketball to the floor. Okay, throwing it up, letting it take that bounce, and then we go and catch it. Wherever it goes, we can step into it and meet the ball, and we catch it. Okay, work on that control. Go till we get 10. Good, always dribbling that basketball, always dribbling the ball. Alright, and we step and we go meet that tennis ball. Okay. Good, keep going, really use your fingertips to dribble the ball. Good, okay. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so I'm dribbling with my left hand, throwing it up, letting it bounce, and I'm catching it. Okay, throw it up, let it bounce, and we catch it. Okay, really using my fingertips to push that basketball to the floor and get that control. Okay, let's go. We go till we get 10. Alright, really push it to the floor. With those fingertips, push that basketball. Alright, the reason we're doing this with a tennis ball is we're going to try and focus on something else while we're dribbling. Okay, in a game it might be focusing on where your teammates are, where a defender is. Okay, for us we're just using a tennis ball or a ball, whatever you're using, just to take our focus off dribbling. Get more comfortable with dribbling that basketball. It's also really good for hand-eye coordination, being able to throw and catch it like this. Alright, really push it with the fingertips. Really push that basketball to the floor. Good. Again, we might get a little bit of a stiff back or legs, just make sure we're shaking it off between reps. Okay, so now what we're going to do, back to our right hand. This time, again, it might be easier if you've got socks or a bib or a t-shirt that you're going to tie up or something. Okay, if you've got a tennis ball, it's going to be challenging, but we're going to try it. While I'm dribbling, I'm going to try and throw it up and catch it without a bounce. Okay, so we're not letting it drop to the floor. If you do miss it and you don't catch it and you drop it, obviously just pick it up. But if you can and you think you can try this, we're going without a bounce. I'm just throwing it and catching it while I'm dribbling. Okay, again, this is quite difficult to do. It's really working on that hand-eye coordination and being able to constantly dribble while I'm throwing up that ball. Okay? So we're going to try and go for 10 catches again, dribbling with my right hand, throwing with that left. Oops, throwing with that left hand. Okay? Let's go. In this good stance, your knees are bent. Really use your fingertips to dribble the basketball. Okay? Let's go. Good, I'm throwing it up. Again, you can throw as high as you want or as little as you want. I find these kind of medium height ones are kind of the easiest to catch. Okay? But up to you guys, you can really push yourself. Okay? Using your fingertips to control that basketball. Okay? Keep going until we get 10. Good. Once you've got 10, swap over to dribbling on our left hand, and we're throwing it with our right. Dribbling with your left hand, throwing it up with, throwing it up with your right. Okay, we go till we get 10. Alright, again, really push this basketball to the floor. We don't just want to be dropping it and catching it. I'm in the stance, I'm pounding that basketball to the floor while I'm catching the tennis ball. Okay, let's really push yourself here. Okay, let's go. Good, really push it to the floor. Again, some of you might find this easier because you're getting to catch the tennis ball with your right hand, if you're right-handed. Oops. That means you really have to dribble with that left hand, that off hand for a lot of you guys that you're not used to. Okay? Really push it. Okay. Keep going, everyone, keep going, let's go. Really push it to the floor, throwing and catching that tennis ball. We want to stay in good posture as much as we can. Okay, try and have our chest up as much as we can when we're doing this. Good, keep going, keep going. Good. Okay, so that's all we're going to do with dribbling for now with this tennis ball. Okay, but we're going to add it into taking our layup as well. Okay, so I'm going to start on the right hand side. So I'm starting on this right hand side, dribbling with my right hand. Okay, I want to throw it up and catch it 3 times. Okay, you guys can choose if you want to try and throw it and catch it, or if you want to let it bounce and catch it. Up to you guys, but we're going to do 3 of them. Okay, once you've done 3, I want us to go and try and take a layup. Okay, but I've got a tennis ball in my hand. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this tennis ball, I'm just going to hold it still, and I'm going to try and shoot this just with one hand. Okay, because I've got a tennis ball in my hand. So what that's going to look like, okay, I'm going to do it kind of facing this way. Okay, I've got my tennis ball, I'm throwing it 3 times. Then I go take that layup, and I'm holding this tennis ball in my off hand when I'm doing that. Okay? We're going to do 5 of those, just shoot 5 on this right hand side, and then we'll move on and do the same on the left hand side. Okay, so 3 catches, then I'm into my layup. So when I'm taking the layup, I'm holding this ball and I'm trying to shoot it with one hand. Okay, and because I'm on this right hand side, my footwork has to be right foot, left foot, and I shoot it up. Okay, really want to make sure that when I pick it up, it's my right foot first, then my left, and I shoot it nice and high off that backboard. Okay, we go 5 times on this side. Always making sure we're pounding this basketball to the floor. On our layup, we get it nice and high off that backboard. Nice and high off the backboard. If you're really comfortable with letting that ball bounce, try and do it without a bounce. Try and do it just on the catch, so we're throwing up and catching it every time. Okay, 3 times, and then we go attack hard to the basket. difficult to try and take this layup with one hand. Okay, so what's important to try and do is get that ball up and get under control of it. So when I'm here, I get the ball up and I've controlled the ball, okay? It's really tough because you're used to using your other hand to gather it and get that balance, okay? Get it up with one, shoot it with one, okay? Let's keep going, keep going. That's a shot 5 on the right hand side. We're going to do the same thing on the left hand side. Okay, so I'm going to be dribbling with my left hand. I'm going to be throwing and catching it with my right. Okay, and this time I want us to try and do a left hand layup. Okay, if you're really struggling, okay, you can do it with your right hand. I want us to try and push yourselves. Okay, so I'm starting dribbling with this left hand, throwing it up, catching it with the right, and then on my left hand layup, to remember the footwork, I have to go left foot first, then right foot. Okay, I'm dribbling. As soon as I do 3, left, right, up with that left hand. Okay, now this will be really quite challenging, but we want to push you. We really want to see if we can get better. Okay, we're going to do 5 on this side again, 5 on this side. Make sure we're really pushing that basketball up. Alright, remembering the footwork for this left hand. Left foot, then right foot. And I shoot it up. Left foot, then right foot. That basketball to the floor when we're dribbling, then left, right, and we shoot it nice and high. Alright, last one. I think we've got one more. Alright, let's try and make this one. Let me get it nice and high. Okay, so using a tennis ball or something, it's maybe something a little bit different that we've not done too much in our sessions, but it's a really good thing to do by yourself. Okay, so whether you're just practicing throwing it up, catching it, or you're doing stuff to a basket while holding it, it's really good for hand-eye coordination and really good for kind of taking our mind off the skill that we're doing, okay, which is really important in basketball, being able to focus on more than one thing at once. Okay, so hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for giving it a try.